Well, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Great start to your day as we go into another live this morning and soon to be podcast. And we appreciate you guys. So we'll just wait a moment or so for folks to come on here. Here we go. Who's going to be the first one up this morning? Brahim, you're up first. Portland, Oregon. Ken, good morning. Mike, good morning. 3 men in a row. Rosalinda, John, 4 out of 5. Lisa, good morning to you. Renee, good morning. And Kevin, hello. Sue, how you doing? Madeleine, how are you? Wendy, good morning. Hope you're feeling better. Sandra, and Zian, bonjour. Jeanette from our staff. Maren. Grace, good morning. Nick from our staff. Nellie and Alicia and Gloria. Elaine, nice to have you guys on this morning. Yolande, how are you? Dave, how you doing? Maria, Deb, good morning to you. Radha, Arda, Joy, Donna, good morning. 2 Donnas in a row. I love you girls. Donnas, Heidi, Luella, and Gare, Burlington, and Dubravka. I like that. Jeanette. And good morning, Maureen. And Julie. Good morning. Sturgeon Falls. Christine. Robert. Good morning. And Corey. Couple more and we'll get going. Sandra. And Kathleen. Connecticut. Well, good morning, Connecticut. Rhonda, Fran, Orangeville, Mordecai, San Diego, California. Well, good morning, San Diego. Bright and early. Emily, Deborah, Lori Lee, Ventura, California. Bright and early. Kathy, Olive, Paula, and Zian, and Robin. Nice to have you guys. Esther, Nova Scotia, and Ruth Ann. Good morning, guys. And another Wendy, and another Diane. And Diane's from Thunder Bay. Bernice, Lees. Good morning. Frank, how are you? Lindo from St. Jude, Quebec. Dottie, New Brunswick. And Barbara. Okay. One more, Rhonda. Oh, help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Okay, Norma, I have to say hello from Texas. And Ann Tecumseh and Deb from Timmins. Okay. If I don't get going, guys, we'll never get going. Okay. I am showing you this morning why, okay? I actually brought butter out. Okay, can you see that? So those, when you're listening on a podcast, I'm just showing a dish of butter. Ooh, isn't that butter good for you guys? Okay? The butter never hurts you. It's the bread you put it on. But butter is wonderful. Is there anything better to cook with? Probably not. Lard would be very close. But butter is fantastic, okay? Never denatures. You can't denature butter, no matter what heat you bring it to. But I want to talk to you today a little bit about the benefits of butter again. And the reason I'm saying that is because there was a recent study showing the benefit, one of the benefits of butter and its source of K2. Now, you know what that is, guys. Vitamin K2, sort of the, I don't know, the Rodney Dangerfield of vitamins, because people don't understand, or at least they never did understand vitamin K2. They always combined vitamin K and just, and they were mostly talking about K1, but K2 now, the research on K2 is unbelievable. Here's another one. Vitamin K2, highest sources are butter and cheese. It's one of the reasons, guys, that I talked about this yesterday a little bit. It's about substitution. You're substituting. You're changing fuels. One is going down, the carbs are going down, the sugar is going down, but you're increasing your animal sources of nutrients. And I'm trying to convince you on a daily basis that that is one of the best things you can do. We talked about yesterday joining the 1% of the population. 1%. Okay? Only 12% of the population doesn't even have metabolic syndrome. I mean, that is, guys, I can't tell you how important that is. Okay? How important that is. And today, I'm going to be a guest at the University of Tennessee with my dear friend, Dr. McEwen, teaching. And I'm going to show that class about insulin resistance, which is metabolic syndrome. All the other symptoms in metabolic syndrome, belly fat, high triglycerides, low HDL, liver fat, and even elevated levels of uric acid, elevated blood pressure, slightly elevated blood sugar. 88% of the population are in that group. And then we talked about getting out of that group, but then even more so if you substitute. Not only are you fixing metabolic syndrome, but you are putting yourself into that 1%. I want you to reach for the top. I should have called it that yesterday. Reaching for the top. And one of the foods that will get you there is butter. Now, if you were to take a detailed nutrition course and you took butter, okay, you see, the problem with butter, okay, when you look at it, okay, and again, I'm just, for those who are going to listen on a podcast later, I'm showing a dish of butter. Now, the problem in visually, people are very visual, aren't they? They are. But instead of seeing this as being a health food, okay, when I'm pointing my finger at a dish of butter, instead of seeing this as a health food, they see this as clogging your arteries. True or false? Yeah. Okay? They see it as clogging your arteries. Whereas this is the last thing that will clog your arteries. Butter won't clog your arteries. Butter will open up your arteries. How do I know that? Because it's got vitamin K2 in it. And this study was showing how it decalcifies your arteries. Butter. Because of K2. Decalcifies the arteries. Atherosclerosis. It doesn't clog them up. It unclogs them. When you hear the word plaque, not your teeth, but plaque in your arteries, the medical word for that is atherosclerosis. It's hardening of the arteries. It's calcified. You don't want calcium in your arteries. You want calcium in your bones. You want calcium in your teeth. Calcium is a very important mineral. It's very important. Don't take it as a supplement, because butter, okay, butter has lots of calcium. But you see, again, I'm going to make the point that's really important, okay? In nature, God gives you calcium to eat. And isn't it amazing? In nature, the most bioavailable calcium is butter and cheese. Isn't it amazing with that? It comes in a package with K2. You don't have to worry about vitamin K2. Eat vitamin K2. Now, I put K2 in our vitamin D. Okay? Okay? I do that so that calcium goes to your where it belongs, guys. But let me say this. In nature, when you eat the right foods, you get the complete package. Complete. Calcium, K2. So that calcium, which is good for your bones, is good for your heart, it's good for your teeth, it's good for, you need calcium, guys. But never take calcium as a supplement. Don't do that. You don't need it. Plus, it won't get to its target. If you insist, because doctors insist so often, well, ma'am, you have osteoporosis. Therefore, I'm going to put you on a calcium supplement. Still the #1 supplement, as far as I know. I wish it wasn't so. The #1 selling supplement is calcium because of osteoporosis, both men and women. But if you don't have vitamin K2 with it, it'll never get to its intended destination. It won't. It'll just stay in your bloodstream. And why would you want that? You don't want calcium in your bloodstream. Vitamin K2, it's found in butter. Calcium, found in butter. Here's another thing, okay? I'm giving you butter 101. Okay? We're doing butter 101. Why is it so good for you? Butter 101. You know what I like about butter? It's complex. Okay? Complex fatty acids. Now, wait a minute, Doc. What's that mean? Well, it's got short chain fatty acids, little guys. It's got medium chain fatty acids. And it has some long chain fatty acids. Okay? It has some long chain fatty acids. Why is that good? Well, because when you have, excuse me, my nose is itchy. When we have complex fatty acids, it makes those fatty acids bioavailable. What's that mean? You absorb it better. Your body likes complex. Your body likes the short chains, the medium chains, fatty acids, long chain fatty acids, especially DHA. Body loves that stuff. You see, butter has a combination. It's again what I tell you, it's in nature. It's what you're meant to eat. How could you avoid butter? And people ask me, because when I'm talking about eggs, meat, and cheese, Doc, does that mean butter? Yeah, because it's in dairy. Don't ditch dairy, switch dairy. Butter is so good for you. Okay, vitamin K2, got it? You understand that. You're in the little percent. This will get you in the 1% of your health if you eat butter. Now, what are you going to do? You're not eating bread, Doc. What am I supposed to do with butter? Well, put it on your steak. Cook it. Let it drip into your meat. Cook with it. My word. Cook with it. Buttered steak. I love that. It's so good for you. You see, when I see that fat dripping, people go, that Dr. Martin's crazier than two hoot owls. No, well, maybe I am. But I'm right. I'm cleaning out my blood vessels. I'm getting lots of calcium to the right place. I'm getting lots of fatty acids. And by the way, the medium chain fatty acid gets digested differently. Now, you guys would remember this if you're, go back a little bit, the last few years. I'm not big on this, okay? I'm really not, okay? Not in this sense. I'm not big on bulletproof coffees, okay? I didn't buy it in the sense that, you know why? I didn't want anything in my coffee. So when they said, well, put butter in your coffee with a medium chain fatty acid, like a coconut oil or palm oil. You guys remember that? Remember bulletproof coffee? Like it was a big thing a few years ago, okay? Now you don't hear about it as much. I never was into the hype of that, okay? But one thing, when you eat butter, the medium chain fatty acid takes a route from your gut. So when you're consuming butter, it takes a route. Once it gets into the small intestine, it takes a route through the portal vein, directly to the liver. Yep. It actually goes into the liver to help you clean the liver. Butter. To help detoxify your liver. Butter. Because it takes a direct route to the liver. To burn ketones even. Now, look, okay? Here's me with ketones, okay? You got it? Because people, I get asked this, I don't know if it's every day, but what is my ketosis level? I don't care. You can't make me care about your ketones. I want to know if I want to burn ketone. That's where we get the word keto diet. Am I big on the keto diet? And no, I'm not. You go into ketosis, I don't care. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. Okay? Look, and people put all these keto things on our website and on our Facebook group and all that. Look, guys, if you want to go low carb and it's keto this and keto that, man, look, I want it to be nutritious. You can be keto and not nutritious. A lot of keto, things in the grocery store or at the Costco or at Walmart or whatever. It's keto this and keto that. Read the package. What's it made of? Soy? Don't touch with a 1,000,000-foot pole. Okay? A lot of stuff, and that's why I'm not a big guy on keto. And then people ask me, I'm checking my urine to see if I'm into ketosis. Who cares? What does it mean? If you're eating butter, you're making ketones. Just take it as a fact, because that medium chain, part of butter, will go directly to your liver without passing go. It'll go through the portal vein. It's really good. And, again, some studies show that it helps with belly fat and all that. Okay. I'm not big on that, because if you don't eat good, you can have all the bulletproof coffees you want. And you're not losing. You can't butter. You can't out-butter a bad diet. Butter's good, but, not on bread. Too much bread. Okay. Do you know that butter contains CLA? Conjugated linoleic acid. Conjugated. Again, it's that complex fatty acid. There's study after study showing that CLA is really, really good to protect against cancer. I like that. It's a great source. Somebody asked this, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I think, on butyrate. Okay? How do you spell it? BUTYRATE. What is butyrate? Okay? Well, butter makes butyrate, very anti-inflammatory, very good for your microbiome. When it gets to your gut, butyrate is really good for your friendly bacteria. So wouldn't it be nice, guys, if you went to your grocery store, there'd be a little label, because you know how they put a heart on the box of cereal? It's heart friendly, from the American Heart Association or the Canadian Heart Association. They get a heart on the box. Don't touch with a 100-foot pole. Cardiologists never got it right. They put it on cereal. You know what it means on cereal? If it has a heart on it, you're going to have a heart attack if you eat this. Okay? That's what it means. Now, what I would like is if they would have a seal on butter saying, this is friendly bacteria. This is friendly to your friendly bacteria. Your good bacteria. Your good bacteria love butter. It feeds them. I told you this before, because people always, they come at me like, Dr. Mark, they do. You need fiber to feed your bacteria. I said, who told you that? Oh, my guru. I said, you don't need fiber. Fiber's overrated. You need butyrate from butter and eggs and meat. That's what your friendly bacteria love. You want to flourish that gut? Okay? You want to see the garden of life? You know what the garden of life is? It's inside your gut when you have more friendly bacteria than bad bacteria. When you want to feed your bad guys, you just give it sugar. It'll feed the bad guys. Plus the third army, the yeast. Sugar hates your good bacteria. Sugar feeds your bad guys. Eggs, meat, and cheese are the best forms of butyrate, which feeds your good guys. I make that argument all the time. It gets me into trouble. But the only reason it gets me into trouble is because there's a preconceived idea that animal products are not good for you. Limit them. Eliminate them. Don't be Bill Gates, okay? He wants to eat steak and he wants you to eat his meatless hamburgers. Don't even feed that stuff to a dog, okay? Please, don't do that. Anyway, now, so it's a great, butter is wonderful for your gut. Wonderful for your gut. Please don't avoid butter and don't use the stupid substitutes, okay? Well, it looks like, it tastes like, they even have Becel. It tastes like butter. Flies no better. Open up Becel. Now, don't do it in the winter. Do it in the summer in the heat. Put butter out there. You're going to melt it. But the bugs will be all over it. It won't take them long. They know the difference between butter and margarine. They don't touch that stuff. What? Bugs. I didn't think they had very big brains. But they got bigger brains than most humans. Now, but that's Dr. Ratton. It's saturated fat. So what? Saturated means it's satisfied. You want saturated fat. You want CLA. Okay? You want that. Your body demands it. Don't starve your body from these fats. Butter increases your cholesterol. You know the 15% that you need to add to your diet? 85% made in the liver? Part of that is when you eat butter too. Cholesterol. Butter's got cholesterol. That makes it good for you. You want to live long? Want to be in the 1%? You better be eating butter. And you better be eating cholesterol. Look, guys, we've been on a failed experiment for 60 years. You know, how long do we have to do an experiment to find out, you know what? Maybe that's not just that good for us. We've been on a fat-free, failed experiment for 60 years. Failed. We're sicker than ever. Oh, I get a headache. Butter. Now, you guys know this. if I had to ask you, what vitamin is the predominant vitamin in butter? I'm waiting for the answer. This is a quiz. Close your books and give me the answer. Okay? Close your books and give me the answer. What vitamin is found in butter? Someone? And Sue says she's getting a big headache too. Sue, I know. I'm waiting. K2. Yes, K2. Oh, sorry. What other vitamin? Look, I got to give you full marks because I didn't say yes, vitamin K2. You got Rita. It's the one I was looking for. Rita got it. You guys, look, I didn't spell it out. And Sherry, you got it too because, listen, butter, listen to what I'm going to say. You got it. Butter, 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 butter. Here's what I got to say, okay? Butter will not make you a butter ball. Okay? Butter will not make you a butter ball. Just the opposite. Now, there's 3 essential vitamins, and that's what I was getting at. Sorry, guys. 3 essential vitamins in butter. K2, we talked about, and I'm sorry, I didn't phrase the question right. What was the other main ones? Now, you got vitamin D in there too, okay? The butter does have, by the way, guys, vitamin D3 is only in animal sources. That's why the Inuit, this was documented back in the 1950s. That is why people living in the North Pole, okay? You know where I live? There's Santa Claus, and then there's Timmins, and then there's Sudbury. Okay. We're close to Santa. Anyway, the Inuit, how do they get vitamin D? They don't ever see that. Well, they see the sun in the winter when it's 70 below zero. They eat it. They eat it. In animal-based. Remember, the essential vitamins, like K2, okay? K2. Vitamin A, Rita, you had it right. Okay, vitamin A and vitamin D. They're fat soluble. In nature, they're put into fat. Vitamin A is found in what? Eggs, meat, and cheese. No carbs. Protein. Fat. Okay? And then you get your fat soluble vitamins. You need that. You need that. You need vitamin A. I always talk about vitamin A. That could be the Rodney Dangerfield, like vitamin K2. It would be a close second. People don't talk about vitamin A, how essential that is for your immune system. It's the invisible mass. People ask me, where's your mass? I said, you can't see it? I have it on. What? I always like to joke with people. Well, I took my vitamin A this morning. It covers your eyes. It covers your nose. It covers your mouth. Vitamin A. What a protection against viruses and bacteria. Better than any mask in the world is your vitamin A invisible mask. It's found in butter. Very high source of vitamin A is in butter. Why would you avoid that? It don't make you fat. It don't give you heart disease. It helps you to save you from heart disease. It's got vitamin K too. It's the best thing for your immune system, vitamin A. And by the way, vitamin A is good for your eyes. Your eyes need vitamin A. And carrots won't do. Carrots don't have vitamin A. They have beta-carotene, which is, I'm not saying it's not good for you. It's a precursor to vitamin A. You can't just have carrots for your eyes. You need carrots with butter. Okay? Yeah, you need that vitamin A, guys. So it has A, D, and K, 2. Isn't it, guys? Have I convinced you yet to love butter like me? Every time you have it. You should have seen how much butter I put on our steaks the other night. Man, oh man, they were just dripping. Like, whoa. And all I could think of, ooh, is this ever good for me? It is so good for my heart. It is so good for my brain. It is so good for my liver. It is so good for my gut. Beauty rates, butter rates. We should call it butter rates. Feeds my friendly bacteria. I'm giving the good army food. The bad army looks at it and goes, man, you didn't give me nothing to eat today. Well, that was the idea. I'm not feeding you. I didn't give you any sugar. That's all. Okay, and lastly, let me close with this. Butter is good. Ladies, listen. One of the reasons that women, and when I pick on you ladies, it's because I love you, okay? This is coming out of love. Pretend I'm your father, and I'm giving you a love lesson. Ladies, écoute-moi en français. I just said, listen, Linda. Okay? A message of love. Now, here's what it is. Here's what it is. We talked about the thyroid. Did we not? A few days ago. Your thyroid does not work properly. Your thyroid is nutrient dependent. Pretend that it has a little latch that opens up when you give it the right nutrition. What'll kill your thyroid, ladies, is sugar and crappy carbs. Because there's no nutrients in there. Your selenium. Butter. Your iodine. Butter. Yep. Bioavailable iodine, bioavailable selenium, bioavailable zinc, bioavailable magnesium, bioavailable potassium. You know where it's available? Little trap door on your little butterfly shaped organ, ladies. In butter. Your thyroid will thank you. And you know, when you're all messed up metabolically, you're all messed up. Your thyroid's not working the way it should. Your adrenals are messed. Your estrogen is through the roof. You're in a metabolic storm, we call it. You better give your thyroid butter in order for it to get its nutrients that it needs. And I'm sorry, ladies, when you have a salad, it won't cut the mustard. It won't do it. It's not bioavailable. Your thyroid goes, you're starving me to death. Why are you doing that? Now, I'm sorry. If you're naturopath, I'm sorry if you're dietitian, I'm sorry if your doctor has told you something different, but they're not right. I'm sorry to have to tell you that. You have your salad, but not for nutrition. It's not there, guys. I'm sorry. You can't feed your thyroid with that. That feeds the thyroid of a mouse, not of a human being. And you need that because your thyroid won't work properly. Okay, I know I'm controversial, but I'm standing on the pillar of truth. Okay? Okay, guys. Okay. Now, Friday's question and answer. Tomorrow, going to be an afternoon session. That's what we're planning. And what else? Are you a member of the Facebook group? Private? We love that group. We love you joining. Bring your friends, okay? Okay. We love you guys. And we'll talk to you soon.